That night, something strange happened. We were all in the village square, celebrating the Lantern Festival. The air smelled of roasted yam and pepper soup. Children ran in circles, their laughter mixing with the sound of drums. Mothers clapped their hands to the beat, and fathers lifted the smaller kids onto their shoulders so they could see better. When the elders lit the lanterns, the whole village went silent. Hundreds of glowing lights floated upward, rising into the night sky. Everyone clapped and shouted as the lanterns drifted higher, like a river of fireflies carried by the wind. But then, one lantern broke away. It did not drift with the others. It went straight up, faster, brighter, as if something was pulling it. People gasped, pointing, but soon they went back to dancing. To them, it was just one lantern behaving strangely. Only a few of us kept watching. I couldn't let it go. My eyes stayed fixed on that one glowing light, smaller and smaller as it climbed into the stars. Something about it felt different, like it wasn't just paper and fire, it was alive. "Let's follow it," my friend whispered. His name was Obi, and he was always braver than me. "What if we get in trouble?" I asked. He grinned. "Then we say we were chasing fireflies." So we slipped away before the drummers noticed. No one stopped us. Everyone was too busy singing and dancing. The lantern glowed above the trees, leading us like a star. We ran barefoot through the grass, past the farms, past the sleeping goats tied to the post. The night air was cool, and the sound of the festival grew faint behind us. At first, I thought it would fall. Lanterns never stayed up forever. But this one didn't fall. It kept glowing, brighter than the moon, pulling us deeper into the bush. That's when we found the grove. It was quiet there. Too quiet. No crickets, no frogs, not even the rustle of leaves. The air felt heavy, like the world was holding its breath. The lantern hung above us, glowing brighter than before, its light spreading across the trees. Then we saw them, figures moving between the trunks. At first I thought they were people, maybe hunters. But when they stepped into the light, my chest tightened. Old faces, wrinkled and painted with ash. Eyes shining like coals. Clothes that looked older than the village itself. Spirits. One stepped forward. His skin looked like bark, and his voice was low but clear. "Why have you followed the lantern?" My mouth went dry. Obi squeezed my hand, waiting for me to speak. I forced the words out. "Because it called us." The spirit stared at me for a long time. The silence was so deep I could hear my own heartbeat. Then he nodded slowly. The ground shook under our feet, and suddenly the trees moved, bending and twisting. They opened a path, showing us strange trails that curved and crossed like a maze. "You must walk through," the spirit said. "Only the brave will see the way out." Obi's grip tightened on my hand. "What happens if we fail?" he asked. The spirit did not smile. "Then you stay." My heart pounded so hard I thought it would burst. But I nodded. We had no choice. We stepped inside. The grove swallowed us. The paths twisted and turned. Every tree looked the same. Shadows moved at the corner of my eye, and whispers followed us. Sometimes it sounded like my grandmother calling my name. Other times it was my father's voice, warning me to turn back. "Don't listen," Obi said through gritted teeth. "They are trying to trick us." At one point, we reached a fork in the path. To the left, the trees looked dark and tight, like a tunnel. To the right, the ground shimmered as if water was flowing there. I froze, not knowing which way to go. Then I remembered the festival, the lanterns, and how my grandmother once said, "Light only stays with those who don't run from the dark." So we chose the darker path. It was hard to breathe there. The shadows pressed close, and the air felt thick. My legs grew weak, and fear crawled up my spine. I wanted to cry. I wanted to turn back. But Obi squeezed my hand again. "We keep going," he said. At last, after what felt like hours, the lantern appeared again. It floated ahead, glowing softly, guiding us back. We stumbled after it, too tired to speak. When we finally broke through the trees, the grove was empty. The spirits were gone. Only the sound of drums from the festival reached us, faint but real. We looked at each other. Our feet were dirty, our clothes torn, but we were alive. No one spoke. We just walked back quietly, as if nothing had happened. When we returned to the square, people were still laughing and dancing, as if the world had never changed. But since that night, whenever the lanterns rise, I always watch carefully. Because I know, one lantern is not just a lantern. It is a test. And not everyone who follows it, returns.